you're sad right now, but can you give us a little of the dancing and the clapping? Dancing and the clapping and the clapping and the dance and dance, and we dance and dance, dance and dance, and we dance and we clap and dance and clap and we dance. Clap and we dance and clap and we dance. We dance and clap, clap and we dance. Dance and we clap, then we clap and we dance. We dance. Woo! Dance. Dance and we clap and dance.
Sorry, man.
Dance. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to RueTV Live. I am here on a beautiful Monday night with a very, very special guest this evening. You may know him from the Webovision. You might know him from his podcast, or you might know him from social media or the YouTubes. My good friend, Aaron. Aaron, how the heck are you tonight?
Ryan DiBiase, thank you, dude. I'm just so glad I'm on this show because I got to work out so much stuff. How am I right now? Deflated. I'm a shell of a man. I'm a man whose hero has. I'm a man who's screwed up.
Well, I mean, we're to a degree, we're all screwed up. I
didn't say I'm a screwed up person. I'm not a screwed up person. I'm a good person, but I screwed up, like SCREWED, like in the past tense, as in my relationship with Mr. Green. And
yeah, Aaron, before we get into that, for the people watching around the world, around the universe at home that don't know exactly, let's give them the Cliff Notes version of what exactly happened 2 months ago. Can you backtrack quickly? Can you do that for us?
Yeah, I'm really good at summarizing stuff. Listen, 2 months ago, flashback 7 years ago, Tom Green is doing his web show in his house. And it goes on for a couple of years. Then it gets picked up by Mark Cuban's HD Net Access TV. Okay, then he's got some big guests, Steve Carell and all this. And it's on Access TV for a few years ago. This is about 5 years ago, for a few years. That whole network folds. Tom Green 2 months ago says, I'm doing this shit myself, bro. How did I get here? I got here myself. Did I need Ryan DiBiase? He helped a hell of a lot. But I got here myself. Not even my parents were supportive. So he rents a studio in Burbank, and he's doing this, and he starts a new show. And he says, hey, if I'm starting a new show, I might as well have an audience. So, I Skyped in the first few episodes, probably like you did, Ryan. And I was asked a few questions on the episodes Tom Green hosted and the ones he did. And I was just a fan of Tom Green. So when he relaunched, I was interested. Also was unemployed at the time. Also Periscope came out at the time. This is a couple months ago, still unemployed, looking. Thank you. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Just relax. Okay.
No worries. Okay. No worries.
So then Tom Green launches the new show. He says, after I Skype in, I'm like, how do I be in the audience? Then he releases a tweet or a Periscope. He says, meet me at the Donut Prince, this donut store in Burbank. And I'm there, and I'm the only one there. And I bring my resume, and I bring my level of enthusiasm and professionalism that I roll with 24/7, 365, 10 decades, a century.
Let me just cut in right there and say, if anyone hasn't seen Aaron's clips or video clips from the Periscopes or the YouTube, very hilarious individual. He's very full of, a ball of energy.
Well, here's the thing, and as soon as this happened, I discovered people like Ryan DiBiase who's tweeting a screen grab of me. The guy knows how to use social media. I'm learning about people, weird people all over the country. You're not weird. Water ice is not weird. It's totally normal.
Weird is a good thing.
We call it snow cones. What?
Absolutely. Weird is a good thing,
I thought it was, but guess who got banned by Tom Green? And I'll tell you one surreal experience I had was when Eric Andre was on the Tom Green show, because I've been in every audience up until today when I was every audience. And, Eric Andre is saying, hey, go bigger. And Tom Green is saying, no, don't go bigger. And I thought, is it shtick? I thought it was a bit.
Tell us about, Aaron, let's backtrack, okay? What the hell happened Wednesday night? Because I'm curious. Now, first of all, let me explain. Obviously, when you messaged me, you explained that you did something hilarious. Now,
that's called Hollywood spin, Ryan.
Yeah. Now, as I open my, we're getting serious now. We're getting down to it. As you messaged me, you said something that he found something it angered Tom?
It was just I got too loud when I was backstage in the holding area, and I got too loud. And also I was asking, he had that ghost hunter on, and I was being a bit, this is like my whole life, Ryan. But yeah, basically it was I was talking to the ghost hunter guy backstage, and I was yelling while he was periscoping, and he called me back there and said, "Bro, I don't like it." Baby, can you close this door? Just close the door. Do you mind? No, do you mind just? Okay, can you close the door, baby? Thank you.
So in other words, Aaron, this is basically an ongoing thing. What was attractive and funny to a lot of the viewers, which is your enthusiasm and noise level, Tom from day one was not a big fan of, and I think maybe it extended into the 2 months. It was about 2 months because people did dig it. I mean, a lot of people, myself including.
Yeah, like you. Yeah, like you, buddy.
Yeah, of course I did. I let you know it, didn't I?
Yeah, you were awesome, man. And how many of your? I mean, I've retweeted so much of you, dude. I'm so thrilled about you that you live.
What was your exact title on the show? Audience fire-upper or something? Audience?
No, he said, "Hey, listen, you obviously have a lot of enthusiasm. Why don't we make you the audience coordinator?" I said, "Well, could I be audience warm-up like Brody Stevens?" And John Schneider said, "Oh, you're going to be bigger than Brody Stevens." I said, "Thanks, Jay Schneid. Nice to always have you in my court. I can count on you, brother." And then Tom said, "Yeah, you can be audience warm-up." So that was one thing. And then they asked me to book guests. And then they said, "Okay, you can call yourself talent assistant." Or they first said you can call yourself volunteer talent coordinator, but I'm trying to get a job right now, Ryan, on LinkedIn.
Right.
I said, I don't want to call myself a volunteer on LinkedIn. So he said he could call myself talent assistant. So technically I was talent assistant / audience warm-up.
Aaron, can I ask you a question? On Wednesday night when Tom got pissed off at you, did he say anything to you, or you could just, or did he go through John? He didn't really have any. Did Tom himself have any words?
Let me just take you to that moment right now. Fly on the wall. Okay. I'm being very funny backstage with this, elderly couple, yelling a bit. They say, "Hey, Aaron, keep it down." I'm like, all right, cool. We come into the studio. The Ghost Hunters guy is there. He looks like David Spade. I let him know that. I'm joking around with him. I'm having fun. I've never heard of this guy, but the other 6 people there are all there because of him.
Right.
And so I let them ask questions. They were fans, obviously, but then I was just like chit-chatting. I might have yelled a couple times. I don't know. My voice got up there. If I did, it was just for comedic effect to accentuate a punchline and entertain the audience, as was my role. And then, okay, so then Mike says to me, "Hey, Tom wants to talk to you." I'm like, "Aw." But he walks me back to that room where they have the computers. It's Tom Green's on the right. John Schneider's in a chair on the left. I'm sitting in the middle. I sit down. They're like, "What are you doing?" Tom says, like, "Dude, what are you doing? We told you to keep it down." I'm like, "Oh, sorry about that." He says, "Every time I hear you yell, it sends a chill of anger down my spine. I'm trying to do a show here and get pumped up, man, and you're fucking me down, bruh."
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, I'm sorry. I don't want to bring you down." And he's like, "Well, listen, would you act like this if it were David Letterman or some professional show?" It's like, I was talking to my wife about this, and what was my agenda with all this? Well, I wanted to make it all about me. I wanted to be Andy Richter, man. I wanted to be co-hosting every show or hosting the after show with Adam the Woo or you. And I kept on pitching that to him. So yeah, of course, man, I want it all just like everybody else.
I want to explain what exactly happened today with the phone call from John Schneider. For those of you at home, John Schneider, a producer on Tom's show for the past couple years. He is the brother of Rob Schneider, Deuce Bigelow and SNL fame. Yeah.
Hey, baby, you got to get the kids out of the kitchen. They can't come in there. They're too loud. Ryan.
Yes.
Okay, Ryan. First of all, I wanted to make clear to you, this is the end of my experience with Tom Green. I love you. I know you've been with him for over 10 years, and I know you're a young man. I think we're close to the same age. He had the same influence on both of us. I respect you, and I've heard Tom Green say your name, and I think that's awesome. And I wish I could live in this world with you and Tom Green and Karen DePasquale and Courtney Cooper and all of these people. And I wish I could live in a world with the people I used to work with.
Well, I mean, is there any hope of reconciliation down the line, or do you think it's completely done?
To be completely honest, Ryan, no. So the phone call I got when you first came in, the phone call I got from John, he was saying, he called me, said, Aaron, what the f are you doing, bro? What are you doing, dude? Dude, what are you doing? And I said, whoa, what? I said, John, but you called me this morning. You said, don't show up at the Donut Prince. I said, okay, no problem. Then you said, hey, listen, we'll see how it goes. Tom's going to show up at the Donut Prince. You know, it's good. People ask about you. People like you. So he's like, he said, listen, people like you. That's a good thing. You upset Tom. That's a bad thing. And that happened last Wednesday. But he said, listen, don't show up, but we still want you to work with the show and show up on the days when you've booked guests, because like a couple weeks ago, he said, hey, you seem to have enthusiasm about WebVision. Do you want to book some guests? Which I did, because I'm a Hollywood professional big shot.
Right.
You know, just like Tom Green putting his heart out there and releasing Freddie Got Fingered and then, you know, getting shunned by the Hollywood press.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be the bad guy. I don't want to be a stalker. I don't want to be the jerk.
I feel really, really unfortunate it ended like this.
Me too, man. I'm bummed. Hey, listen, I mean, but the other thing is like, here's what I need your help with, Ryan. Just answer this question.
Yeah.
Because you know, one of the things they told me in that last meeting before I left the last time I was there is he said, John Schneider said to me, he's like, hey, listen, Aaron, just show up here, man. Act like me, act professional, you know, don't be amazed by the guests or flamboyant. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, well, that, you know, could this turn if this is a professional environment, could this turn into like an office job, you know, a job? And they both said, no, this is never going to turn into a job. But that wasn't even my point. My point was, Ryan, I probably at this point, since John Schneider hasn't heard your podcast, and I don't know if he will, but at this point right now, I could show up there Wednesday because I booked the Wednesday, Friday, and next Thursday guests, and John told me I could to let them in and then leave before the show started. But I'm like, I don't even want to do that if they don't want me there. I understood the comedy engine, the dynamic of him being cross with me and me being the unruly student. And I liked that. I thought it was funny. I thought it was a bit, and you were saying cut the shit, but you really liked it. And
I've been waiting to ask you this for a long time. For those of you who didn't see, and you can be honest now because it's I guess
it's over, man.
Yeah,
maybe we can get it. Plus my card in it. Go ahead.
Well, this is what I need to ask you. A few weeks ago, Aaron was on the show on WebVision, and he brought his collection of baseball cards. I'm a big baseball card fan myself. Matter of fact, the Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card that was there, I have that. I had that. What happened with that Willie Mays card that Tom signed himself? Well, what happened was Aaron had an old set of cards. One of them was Willie Mays. There it is right there. Okay, Aaron, was that an original card of Willie Mays? That right there, was that an original, or was it a reproduction, or was it a facsimile or something, or was that the real deal? Because let me preface this by saying, I looked that card up, and if it is the real deal, that thing is worth big time money. So just talk about that little scene right there. What happened there, Aaron?
Well, first of all, that 1951 Bowman Willie Mays rookie is one of the top 10 most valuable baseball cards of all time. So basically, he said, hey, all right, Aaron. He said, we need guests. We want you to book guests. And we're looking for people who have weird interests and are experts in their thing. And I said, well, I could be a guest. I can talk about baseball cards. I'm an expert. And he's like, okay, yeah, all right, cool. We'll do you Wednesday. So then as I'm leaving, I'm talking to Mike Olson, John Schneider, and they're like, okay, so you're going to come on Wednesday with your baseball card collection. I'm like, yeah, I got the best baseball card collection. Don't worry your pretty little heads, beauties. And they're like, okay, that's cool. They're like, do you have the Honus Wagner card? Which is like $100,000 card. I think there's 3 in existence or something. And I said, yeah, I got that card. And they were like, oh, good, cool, awesome. And I was like, no, I don't have that card. Of course not. I don't have that card. And they were like, oh, man. And then John Schneider said, you know, what would be funny is if you got a reprint of that card and Tom tore it up on the show. So, yeah, so that's it, man. So then I went to Burbank Sports Cards and I looked up the, what's that guy's name? Honus Wagner rookie. The reproduction was $15. So then I found that Beckett article of the top 10 baseball cards of all time. I'm a Giants fan, so I picked the Willie Mays card. And then it was a bit, and I told Tom, hey, if you want to do something with this, I put it in the case. Here's this. I brought the screwdriver. I brought the thing. And then that was all just my, I'm an excellent actor. So any directors out there want to hire me, I did all, that was all acting on my part. I'm a great actor. I'm a great talent.
Aaron, that was fantastic. I bought it hook, line, and sinker, man. That was awesome.
Ryan, this is for you, bro. Can I get your attention for just 1 sec?
You got it, man.
You see this?
Yeah.
It's over.
Oh no. Oh, it definitely is over.
Tom, if you'll have me back, I'd love to have you anytime. Please bring me back. Please, I'll do anything.
Yeah, it's
anyway,
over.
that's the story with that. So yeah, that card cost 40 cents at Burbank Sports Cards. I bought another one. We were going to do another bit about it. That never happened.
That reminded me, that bit that you just did reminded me of a young man who used to do things like that back in the old days. And if you can see, his name right here is Mr. Andrew Kaufman. Where you would do little bits that, were made to look real, but they were actually 100% fake, and Andy would fool people. And I props, man. That was really good, because if it fooled me, and I've been around the block with work shoots and Andy Kaufman style comedy, that was good because it fooled me too. So props.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. I mean, can I tell you, I was driving home from Burbank and my wife called me sobbing. I said, what's wrong? Are you okay? She says, no, I'm not okay. I said, what's wrong? What happened? She said, the baseball card got. I said, I don't have a Willie Mays card. You would know that if I had a $5,000 baseball card. That was fake. But she thought it was real. She was quite upset.
No, that was good, man. That was really good.
Thanks, bro. I'm an actor. Let's get me back on Tom Green, Ryan.
This is a card. Speaking of Tom, look, I have this here. This is a Christmas card. Let me get myself on camera here. This is a Christmas card that Tom sent me. There we go, with his late dogs, Annie and Steve. And, there's Bill Snitzer, Robert Kurtz, and Rex Murphy. And this is from 19 Special Channel Greetings. And see, my friend. Wait a minute. Let me get it on camera. There's Tom. Right there.
Yeah, I see it. That's nice.
My good friend Zach Walk right here. He was the talent booker back then. This is 2006. He was the talent. Hey,
I was the talent booker for like a week last week. Okay, I booked 3 shows. He called me this morning to tell me not to show up.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this guy was like being so super nice to me. Yeah, he was just like joking around with me, being really nice to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a testament to him. But I don't know. Tell us about your podcast, your old podcast with what's the one Podbean? What the hell is it called? But let me cut myself.
Don't cut a darn second of this. This is gold. Don't cut it.
Let me cut myself off and say that before you talk about your podcast, I saw you tweeting with Mark Maron the other day. What the hell happened there? Mark Maron, one of our comedic idols.
Oh, I've interviewed Mark Maron in person twice on my podcast, Ryan.
Oh wow, I had no idea.
Hey, Ryan, the way it happened was it happened at the Los Angeles podcast festival held yearly in September in Los Angeles. The 4th annual one is this year. You should fly out here for it, bro.
Definitely. I want to try to get out to LA really, really soon, hopefully. But
LA Podfest. Yeah. So my podcast is called, my story is basically like, 3 or 4 years ago when I first got the iPhone, and I was like kind of not happy with things in my life. And I discovered podcasts, and I'd never heard of Mark Maron. I'd never heard of Comedy Bang Bang. And also I'm a lifelong television lover. So I grew up loving TV, Tom Green and this stuff, but I really haven't been like obsessed, like an obsessed fan about anything in a while, like since King of Queens, maybe in 2000.
Right.
So when I discovered the Mark Maron podcast and the Scott Aukerman Comedy Bang Bang podcast and Jen Kirkman's podcast, I was like, oh my God, this is really good. Like, I really like this. I like this better than the Mindy Project. I like this better than anything else that's on TV or whatever. And so I got really, that was a really good, I guess, that's like life, the universe meeting you halfway, and one of those things where you discover something really cool. And so I got really into those podcasts. So I started my own podcast where I just talk about what happens on Mark Maron's podcast and what happens on Scott Aukerman and Jen Kirkman's podcast. And that's it. I try to rope my friends into doing it with me. Like, I'd love to have you on there. And we can do it over Skype or something. But it's called What the Pod F Bang Bang, because it's based on what WTF with Mark Maron, the Pod F Tomcast. Don't you love Paul F. Tompkins is from Philadelphia?
Paula, yeah, definitely. No, I'm from right outside of Philly, South Jersey. But I'm always in Philadelphia. Helium Comedy Club. I've seen.
Do you know what the story with Paul F. Tompkins is?
No, tell me the story of Paul F. Tompkins.
I don't know this, but I think it's like his whole family died or something.
His whole family died. Yeah, I vaguely remember that, but I can't go into detail because I don't know for sure.
In my imagination, it's like a Batman scenario where his parents were killed. Okay, Ryan. Okay, are we good on Tom Green, man? It's the end for me with Tom Green. I don't know what I'm doing with my life, man. It's over for that. It's never going to turn into anything. They hate me. I'm unemployed right now. I got no fear, nothing. I'm going to be periscoping, YouTubing, Twittering my ass off. It's all Aaron Brodkin, all one word, AARON, B as in boy, ROD as in dad, KIN as in Nancy. Aaron Brodkin on YouTube, youtube.com/Aaron Brodkin, Twitter @Aaron Brodkin. Type in Aaron Brodkin into iTunes to get my podcast, all that shit. SoundCloud/Aaron Brodkin. You know how it goes.
Definitely at Aaron Brodkin. And I want to thank you, Aaron, for all the support you've shown for my YouTube channel too. You don't have to show the support that you do, but you do, and I appreciate that too. So
yeah, I don't do anything I don't want to do. I'll tell you that much.
Well, that's good. That's very good, and that's how it should be, honestly.
So check this out. Do you listen to Jen Kirkman?
Not really. No, not really.
Okay, whatever. You know who Roseanne is, right?
Let me throw in one comment right there. Yes, and I like Roseanne, but unfortunately, she blocked me on Twitter many years ago.
That sucks, man. That sucks. That's bullshit. I'm gonna get you back on. I'm gonna get you back on, bro.
Well,
I'm gonna send her. I'm gonna tweet at her. I don't care if I get blocked. My mission now is to tweet, because I blocked her because she tweets so goddamn much.
Yeah, well, let me say, I'm cutting you off, but we'll get back to you in a second. With the whole thing of Roseanne, everybody doesn't know. I used to, not so much now, but I used to tweet bits online, little jokes, one-liners, and apparently I wrote a joke about Roseanne. I don't even know what the hell it was, but apparently it was a joke about Roseanne. She read it and then blocked me. So that's what that is. I noticed you were clean shaven on the Tom Green Webovision. Now you've got the stubble coming back. Look at that. The Aaron Brodkin beard is coming back.
Yeah, dude, I've been shaved every day for Tom Green to look professional and try to show them how professional I was. That didn't work. So I've been growing my facial hair, but then I trimmed it for your appearance to try to kind of use the beard line to hide my double chin and look better.
Well, Aaron, it's been a complete pleasure and an honor to have you here on this show tonight. And thank you for such short notice. I think I messaged you earlier today after I found out about this debacle that happened. And you're in much better spirits than I thought you would be. So, just keep positive, stay positive, keep being crazy. And let me just say this. No one is remembered for being a straight, vanilla, quiet audience member, and you should feel no shame, Aaron.
Yes! Yeah!
On that note, I don't think I can top that. Once again, thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for watching at home. on my YouTube channel, RueTV Live. We will be back very shortly with some footage from Monster Mania coming up. Tony Malibu is going to be in the house. Aaron, once again, thank you. Thank you, everyone, and we will see you very shortly. Aaron, sign us off. Say something. Maybe a dance and a clap to sign us off. Dancing, anything. Sing. I don't know. Whatever you want.
Thank you for listening now. I've traveled around to Burbank and back. I got banned twice, but I'm never going to give up because of people like Ryan DiBiase out there.
Thank you for being a friend, Aaron. All right, guys, that's it. See you soon. Later.
Okay.